Hey sis, look what I can do. I'm dead. Sis, are you looking? Are you looking? Sis?
Cam, you failed to update
Sis!
the title. Fix it.
Sis? Sis? Okay. How the hell?
Snowmare, ready to play some cards?
My God. My
Elusivities,
God.
ready to play some
I
cards?
love and appreciate y'all a lot. I'm gonna go get some food. But that said, I will catch y'all next time. So see. Through my controller. See ya. Love ya. I'm not meaning to look up her ass. The controller is upside down somewhere under my desk and I got hunted down. I'm sorry. See ya. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Sup, Archeator. Elusivities just gifted 10 packs to the community.
Wait till I'm live, you jerk.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh,
You
my
got
turn.
taken by the aliens! Y'all, Cam's getting probed tonight.
Don't tell them that. It's a secret.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cam likes getting probed apparently tonight.
I have heard word of this cow. This cow is important. I have heard word of this cow. Excuse me, cow. How are you? Cow? I'm so happy right now. You can nuzzle the cow. I was told hug the cow. I was told you can hug the cow. This is a full-on cuddle. I love you, cow. I love you so much. 8, 7,
Welcome, Funky Sumia.
6, 5,
Pull up a chair.
4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go.
Sup,
Boom!
Naamana 21.
Oh! Is that really a million? A million roses? Amazing! That's amazing! We're rather impressed. Such a pointless exercise. Well, thank you for doing it. We're so pleased. Yes, let's go home now.
You did it.
Thank you, Mari. Look at this! Look at this!
Hi, Ilo
It's
Storage Goniona.
927.
Happy you're
1
here.
million roses! And I'm going to aim for the 4th square. Right here. I'm aiming right in the 4th square.
Everyone else, choose a slot
Gonna aim
to
for that
make it
4th
your
square right
window.
there. Hey, Snow.
Oh, hello, Otter Definido. Fancy seeing you here.
Oh, shit.
Let the games begin. Pick a spot to drop from.
Let's go.
A Pixel
Ever heard
Rose
of
is here.
Chaos Theory?
Good to see
Well,
you.
Oh, 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 oh! Oh! Woo!
Oh, I am filled with rage about the
Hello. I started the stream wrong and labeled it as Minecraft, as Mario, and I'm sorry. But hello, everyone. Hello to Snow, Elusive, Arky, Somia, Nahi, Door, Otter, and Rose. And then thank you to Elusive for gifting those packs to the community. If you have never checked out Streamloots before, it is this button. There we go. Go to that link. You can link it to your Mario Craft. No. But you can go and you can check out some stuff that way. Am I Oh, what, Arky? Do we need to do that thing again? Is that what I'm being asked? If I can send somebody to space again? Why? I mean, it's just sugar. Oh, like a spaceship around? No. I want to show you all something I've been working on. So we are going to go up here. We're going to the Overlook. And the reason we're at the Overlook, which doesn't seem like much, right? This doesn't seem like much. Nothing's really changed. I mean, you can see the little pillars I did out there. We had talked about these last Minecraft stream, right? We've seen these. Look at that one. Look at that one. I spent way too long doing this. I wish I had some comforting thing to say to you, Dor. Now, here's the deal, everybody. I did some adjusting with the light sources. So remember how you can craft light sources? I spent a lot of time placing down some light sources. Uh-huh. There is light sources on every single one of these blocks. We're gonna loop back around again. We're gonna go here. I also added light sources in front of this. And the reason I did that is I really wanted that to pop more. So now we've got almost like a neon sign level of brightness. So all of these also have light in front of them. So it's a big shift. It is a very big shift from what we had. But I think it's gonna, like, visually, I think this is much more impressive. And it also means, like, even when you're, say, way back here, right? Even if you're way back here, you're not losing that. Right? That's something that is visually going to be there the whole time. And just to kind of show this, if we go here and we go to Fuji's base, and we take a look. You can see that one is lit up. You can see the lights down there. Everything has more of a pop now, right? And that's all I wanted to go for, is I wanted to make sure everything had more of a pop to it. Like, making everything pop is really what I'm after right now. So little things like that really matter to me. I do need to place more glass. I've been procrastinating on a handful of the things I need to do. I did, however, I went into my storage. So I've moved my storage. So my storage is... My waystone's now in here. This is now closed off. I found an annoyance. This is rotated 180 rather than being mirrored. Which means that this dark shadow doesn't align properly, and I hate it. Like, those don't line up. The textures don't. They rotated it rather than flip it, and I hate that. Hey, boy. But I've been grabbing stuff. But if we go to the Overlook, I also placed some stuff yesterday. We go to the west this time. But you can see, like, all the towers, right? I'm working on slowly illuminating all of them. They're all going to be their own spheres. Every single one is going to have another sphere. And then over here, I've got this entire area finally filled out. I've got all of the path here. I want to figure out where the dividers are going to go, so let's go to our storage really quick again. We're going to grab some concrete. Heck yeah, concrete. I think one row should be enough. Go back over here, go to Overlook. Hey, bunny. Okay, we're gonna see if I can do this right. Ah! Close. Close. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. So we're gonna go over to the ends, right? Because we know right here is where we're going to have the rail car go through, right? We're gonna have a rail car go through here. Now, if we have a rail car go through here, we have an arch here. We could do a single pillar here. I think it's gonna be reinforced probably on the outside of the wall, which should make it work better for this. So let's start with that. Right, we'll start reinforcing this on the outside. Which will go there, and then this side over here. Go there. Can I reach you? No. Yeah, I want this spot to be reinforced. To be reinforced. I decided on Minecraft tonight. I know Minecraft is usually more of our morning thing, but I decided on doing Minecraft tonight because tomorrow I have a handful of things I need to do. We'll be playing Solasta 2 tomorrow, which is a D&D inspired game. And to be clear, I've never played D&D. Okay, so if you want to see me suffer and backseat, you're actually welcome to with that one. We'll be playing that. It goes into early access, I think, Thursday. And then tomorrow night we'll be playing probably Timberborn, because Timberborn is finally doing its full release, I guess, on Thursday as well, if I understand correctly. So I want to do that, and we'll be having a key to give away for that for those interested. Because for those who don't know, I am, for whatever reason, a Timberborn creator officially. Like, I'm part of their creator program. So if you didn't know, now you do. And I've only streamed it once. But I love city builders, and that is a very well done city builder, so. Nope, there. Okay. Oop. Doing it from the bottom floor. Doesn't really matter. So that is now a thicker wall, right? We've created a thicker wall on this side. That seems much more stable. I think we're gonna need to do these thicker wall sections on all of these spots, but I don't know how far we should do it. I think aesthetically this width is really nice though. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, have 6 between them. And then we do that. Does that look good? That's a pretty wide area where it still feels stable. And then that yeah, I think that's a good distance because we're never gonna block both of it. So if we do there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 would have it. Right? Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know it's not the most exciting thing for me to do, and I do apologize for that, but we got to do it at some point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I also don't know what I'm going to do on this side. I mean, I guess that's going to go to there and then have some sort of cutoff point because then it's going to go towards those walls. So I'm very curious how I'm going to handle that opposite wall. Because I'm going to remove this chunk of terrain, open up that river, and we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7 right on the pillar. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I hope y'all are feeling chill tonight. I'm in a good mood. I had a good morning stream. We had a lot of new faces for the Mario stream. I will go back to Mario 64. We're not just gonna make that a one-off. I'm not gonna do it tomorrow because of other things I need to do, right? But I think there's still a good amount of wholesome kid shows. It's just they're not as popular or not as prevalent. But like Bluey is a really good one, right? Right, Bunny. I don't think anybody could argue against Bluey as a kids show. Like I give respect to Bluey. I've not even watched an episode of Bluey. I've just seen little bits of Bluey. And then I've also played the Bluey video game. Yeah, God, My Little Pony was really good too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is not where I clicked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to make sure that's right. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 7, 5, 9.
I will fight you, Mari. I will pull you down from your pedestal up there. And then you got to get back up on your own. Yay for haircuts. I haven't had a proper haircut in a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. I mean, valid, Bunny. Valid. Now, what we're going to run into here is like logic says, okay, now I've got to place the top ones. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to place these top ones in, and then I've got to count for the next floor. But what's really cool is I don't actually need to count for the next floor. What I'm going to do is far more annoying, and I'm going to jump out the window. But no, basically we're going to jump out the window here and just go right there. There. And we don't need to count anymore. We've got a visual indicator, right? Hey, Timber. Bum, bum, bum. Hi. Who invited you? Okay. It might actually be faster to just count these like I did up above, but I don't really want to. Speaking of arcades, I've been playing a little bit of Fallout 76 with Larmouth. And it's been a lot of fun, like, don't get me wrong, but they have a Nuka-Cola arcade, and it's got like hit the hammer down to get the bell type games, right? They're not great. They're carnival games. But it's got those, but what's funny is I was really annoyed because I needed to collect a whole bunch of points for one of the items. And oh, that might not be where I want that. Uh-oh. No! Where's the halfway point? Where's the halfway point? This way, this way, this way. There's gonna be a point here where this starts going. There. Okay, so the halfway point is right here. The problem with a lot of that stuff, though, is that because it is an online game, risking performance mods could get your account banned. So you've got to be very, very careful with trying to do mods on 76. But no, I've been playing it, and they had a. I needed points, right? I needed points for I needed to get a lot of points for a schematic that I wanted. And in order to get the schematic, I basically decided, all right, I'm gonna do the hit the bell to raise the little plunger thing, right? And basically I started going like side to side, just like coasting left and right on the same spot repeatedly. I mean, like at some point this'll work for what I'm after. And I spent like an hour just going left and right, spamming the attack button and the interact button. It was really boring. And I feel like if you've designed a mini game in a way that the player ends up doing that, you've really failed from a game design standpoint. I added a day and night cycle, Timber, like a week ago. And I added very specifically when I'm playing Minecraft, it'll do a Minecraft sun and moon. There's also a Katamari moon. There's not a Katamari sun, but there's a Katamari moon as well. I've also added a chance of rain. That is much louder than it should be. Dragon. Which one is it then? Ender Dragon Death, probably? I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna drop it and then test it. There we go.
Never mind. You suck.
Wow! Rude. There. Now it's much quieter for me. Individual sounds, Dragon Death. Whoop. But yeah, no, I added the rain, and I worked on the rain to now automatically happen rather than me doing it, but I don't know if the rate's right. So I'm gonna have to like leave it for a while and just see if I'm happy with the rate at which it rains or if I don't like it. Because right now it is a 5 in 74 chance. Or 5 in 72 chance of it raining. Which I know sounds really arbitrary, but basically, if I were to stream for 6 hours, it would have a chance of going off 72 times every 5 minutes, so that's where that 72 comes from. And then we're just kind of seeing if it'll trigger. It's kind of like how Mari has that like 1 in 300 chance of every message being sent of triggering a message. Ow. By the way, I have no idea what I'm listening to. This was a random station that was in my recommendations. I'm like, okay. Okay, it wasn't there. Wasn't there.
All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain, and all I can do is just pour some tea for two and speak my point of view. But it's not sane, it's not sane.
I know that's a reference, but I don't know what that is a reference to. Why is everybody at my base? Nahi, Sobia, and Arky are ominously moving at the exact same pace towards me. They are covered in bread. They have a bread hat and a loaf at each hand. Where is it? Wait. Where is it? There you go. Wait for it. Oh no, the sound is missing! I tried to trigger a thing. I tried to trigger a sound for y'all and it didn't go off. One sec. I'm trying to do a thing for y'all and I've failed. What? Is it in here? Is it that old already? Found it.
Bread!
There you go. My own little batch of weirdos. I always think whenever I see the loaf of bread on the head, I see a telephone receiver. Anybody else just see a telephone? Blink if you need help. No blinking, they're fine. Okay, where's the next one? Right there. Whoop. The bread is one of the sillier things on the server for sure. Oh, poor door. Door is unleavened. If I do this too many times, I will die of fall damage. There we go. There are potatoes, Arky. Potatoes are in vanilla Minecraft. You could use the painter's table to get a bag of potatoes as a player head. I'm sure there's a bag of potatoes as a player head. I'd actually be more surprised if there wasn't a bag of potatoes. I have a handful of potato. I mean, post stream, I will probably have. I'm running low on my on veggies to put in the potato, but I do have potatoes. I normally put like onions and green peppers and mushrooms in my baked potatoes. Ow. Hey, Cold. I'm not too big on the cheese front. However, I take your broccoli and I raise you Brussels sprouts. I like how, like, throughout my lifetime, Brussels sprouts have entirely changed their flavor profile. Like, it used to be a thing where people would be like, thank you. I appreciate that. Whoever anonymously just decided, hey, here's some funds for groceries. When I get groceries next, I will definitely do that. Appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so I think... Did I seriously build that in exactly the spot? I did. But yeah, Brussels sprouts have actually drastically changed their profile throughout my lifetime, which I just think is really interesting to think about because they've removed the bitter. They've like entirely bred out the bitter part of Brussels sprouts, and now they just taste like cabbage. Yeah, they've entirely bred out the bitter. They just taste like cabbage. It's really impressive. Okay, let's go back to the Overlook. Yeah, no, it does make sense. It's just really interesting because they used to have a bitterness to it. So a lot of my lifetime was a lot of people like, how do we cover up the bitterness? And we're like, add bacon, add this, add this, add this, and it's like, now they're just cabbage. They're just cabbage now. So like anything you would put cabbage in, use them. Like put those in a good a good ham stew. Oh my god. Ooh. I'm just trying to think of like putting them in sandwiches. Like smashing them and then putting them in like a sandwich or something. Because like I've put like slices of cabbage and stuff in sandwiches before. No big deal. I'm just picturing like how worthwhile would it be to like do Brussels sprouts and then smash them. Then you get those chunks of it. I'm getting hungry. I do have Brussels sprouts. They're frozen, but I've got them. So the catch here again is going to be I have to pay attention to where the center of this is because the direction of these will drastically change. And it's not this one, you can tell, because otherwise it would be against that wall. So we're good there. But then, see, this is going that way. This is going that way. But that one was going this way. So this one's the swap. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, I like this. Actually, just like look at this right here. Like already the vibe of this that I'm going for. You can see through these at a decent rate. You've got a good visual. You've got light coming through each one. You're always able to see through more than one. That was kind of the thing I was trying to line up. Is like you can always see through more than one. And if you can't, it's very close. Ah, that makes me happy. I may even, like, turn these into stairs. Like, 2 stairs. We'll worry about that a bit more when we get to that point, but... Now, the problem we're going to run into... We definitely need to do that on that side. Let's focus down here first, make sure everything is done, see, because we didn't finish over here. Hey, Mabel. Door showing off the retaining wall again. It's a good retaining wall. I like the design of it. Okay. Whoop. Forgot the server was about to reboot. No, the pack failed. Crap. There's a bug with the resource pack every once in a while. It's probably going to fail again. Yeah, it's failing to download. God damn it. I have to fix it post-stream. But you can see in my hotbar, the crab claw and the item magnet are broken. Because I am chat, I'm sorry, you get to deal with it. I, however, am being the one streaming it. am going to cheat. There is a bug with the pack right now. So I do apologize. I can't do anything about it. Not at this moment. I'll have it fixed post stream. Probably. Every so often we just get a version that doesn't want to be able to be downloaded by players. I don't know what's up with it, but okay, that's going that way. You can tell now he's not watching the stream. Okay, that's that way, and then that's that way. So that one goes there. It's all good, Nahi. I'm just teasing you. But yeah, no, the resource pack is failing, but I can't fix it till post stream. Because of the 2PC setup and problems that would cause. So, y'all just got to deal with that for a little bit, and I do apologize. Hopefully I'll have that fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully it'll be fixed by next reboot. I do apologize for the issue, though. Do-do-do. Okay, so there. 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 Da 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 da. There we go. Break that one. Move over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, 7. Sorry, I'm just tired of doing this like regular like looking up check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
it's raining.
4, 5,
How lovely.
6. Hey, it happened! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that's kind of thing. So now it's raining on its own, right? And I got it so when I go to break, it still stays correct when I go on break. Which was a big thing. Like it'll stay aligned now when I go on breaks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're outside of it now. But yeah, so now it rains in my overlay sometimes. Which I think is a really nice little thing, right? Like, it's not all the time. It's not a constant or anything, but it is there. And its current odds, like I said, are 5 in 72, so... I think the odds are decent.
I do love the counting. Let's shoot for the high score.
Mari, you're very good at counting. Like, we know that, but let's just stick with 7. I mean, unless a hype train happens. Hype trains do come with a very large number. I really do need to redesign the hype train, though. I want to make hype comets. Basically, the hype rain, and it'll just rain down little comets and stuff when going. Oh, keep going. Sploosh. But yeah, I want to make it rain down comments on the over. Oh, so I wanted to talk to y'all about this. I am planning on bringing back the magma stuff, which allows you to draw on my overlay. However, the catch with it right now is that in order for it to work, I have to figure out a way to give you displays to draw on, because it used to be that I would give y'all part of my overlay, and I would just shrink down the footage a little bit. I don't want to do that because it doesn't quite work with this overlay, and a lot of things would break if I did that. Like, a lot of things would become misaligned, and I would need to do a lot of checks. What I'm thinking of doing is doing like little board cutouts, like you would see like in a movie theater, or not a movie theater, but a stage production where you'd have like a whole bunch of cutouts of shapes. And I'm thinking of just taking a bunch of those and like wedging them into the overlay, and then they can slowly slide around like the calf pints and whatnot do. So you've got some things that'll be in the foreground, some that'll be in the background, things like that. And I was thinking of doing a bunch of Katamari themed ones. So like it would just be a like there would just be like Katamari shaped cutouts, and then y'all can draw onto the Katamaris and things like that. And then on their own, those Katamari will already have a faint design on it. So that way they don't look strange with nothing on it, but then you get to basically, you're drawing stuff to be stuck to the Katamari. I think would work really well. At least that's my idea right now. Do 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 do. Up we go, up we go. Do 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 do. But yeah, I'm curious how long the rain will last, because like I said, it does a check every 5 minutes for whether or not it should end. And it's a 1 in... I want to say a 1 in 7 chance that it ends, but it might be 1 in 6. Technically speaking, it's a 12 in 72 chance. So whatever that reduces down to. How did I end up with a salmon? Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. There we go. Hey, Amaru. Ding 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 ding. Once we get the weather completely sorted and the magma thing sorted, I think that's when we start working on factions and getting factions running. So y'all will have your own custom colors on certain redeems and things like that. In theory. Mainly I'm working on it as a thing to eventually add to Cleo's stream, but we'll be working on it as well. and giving everybody their own like team colors and things like that. And as always, fuck the patricians. Whenever I think of the factions, my brain just goes, fuck the patricians.
$3.1415926535. Now I want some marshmallow pie, please.
Marshmallow is probably possible. So the teams are not going to be up to you to pick, mainly in order to keep things balanced. So you don't get to pick what color you are. That is one rule that Cleo and I kind of agreed on, is in order to make sure it stays balanced, we need to make sure it is an automated assigning process. Where each team will kind of be done in a rotation, but it'll also be like, well, there's this many people that have redeemed these, the weighted number should reduce this, whatever. Like, how many lines are there? Oh, there's this many lines, we need to, or there's this many people in this team, then we need to make sure to choose this team, right? So it'll be, I believe the 3 colors we had, though, it was going to be, we had teams planned, and they were Astral, Solar, and Lunar. So we had one that was gold, we had one that was blue, and then we had one that was, I think it was purple. No, was it gold? It was gold, blue, and purple? I think it was gold, blue, and purple. I can't remember what I've written down. But you got Astral, Solar, and Lunar are going to be the factions. And then those will be... Those will be automatically assigned to each person as they redeem it. It'll be somewhat random, but it'll also be based on like how many chats from each group have we received in the last month or whatever, in so many days, and then have a good one, Nahi. But it'll be based on kind of that, and then how much interaction they've done with each group, or like how many people from each group have been there. So that way it's kind of weighted, but it'll just check the last so many days. To try and balance it. It's going to be hard to get right. That's going to be the kind of thing I've got to adjust a lot. But we'll see where we end up if I can get the balancing correctly. And y'all are the test subject before I apply it full time to Cleo's. Have a good one, buddy. Boop-a-doo-boop. Which way did I go with this one? Okay, it's these two. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of testing. That's kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of testing to try and make sure every team is balanced. But the point of it being random is that we want to make sure that people kind of end up getting their kind of like love for their team more naturally, rather than people just going, I want to be on the same team as this person, and then creating a whole dynamic of everybody just teams up in one way or tries to pick their favorites and things like that. Like, the point is to make everybody want to be on every team, right? So y'all get something cool. And one of the things I want to do is that if you're on a team and you are assigned that team, that you'll be automatically given an item in Stream Avatars for your little calf pint to represent that team. Which I'm thinking of kind of like having a little sprite that'll float next to you. but that'll automatically be assigned to your avatar when you join a team. So that way you'll have it and you can wear it if you want. You're not required, but like everybody will get to have their own thing, right? And that's kind of the point. It's like I want to give y'all more individuality, but also it be a bit more open. And part of the fun of that too, in my opinion, is that like say eventually maybe we do like merch for each one separately. So if you want like stickers for each team, or maybe we have all of them together on a thing. One sec. Why are you already low on litter? What happened? My litter hopper just yelled at me saying, "Hey, we're almost out." No, you're not. Why would you be almost out? Why are you yelling at me? One second. I want to see if it's like messing up. No, it's fine. I'm just running out of cat litter and need to order more. Yay. Yay. I've also been messaged. I have been messaged by Fox. uh, Foxology just finally watched Zootopia 2. For those who are unaware, Fox did the artwork for the Hey Bub Redeem. I think this is an interesting angle we got going on here. Hey Bub. Hey Bub. Hey Bub. Yeah, so now we've got this kind of visual going on outside. I like this a lot. There's a lot of structure to this, right? And that's kind of the thing we're going for. We're going for this back and forth between being extremely structured and not very. So you're going to have these areas where a lot of this just is suddenly very, very full. Have a good night, Door. And that's kind of the point I'm going for, is I want to make sure everything feels both claustrophobic, but also very open. So it's going to be very interesting as things like this change, right? So like, just like the sandbar, I'm going to get rid of this because we want boats to be able to go through here. So let's ruin the ecosystem for this little guy. Actually, we might be helping him because I believe his home is way over there. Let's do this. There we go. Get rid of you, get rid of you. And I now do actually have, I moved the storage for the sand and gravel and cobble over into my newer storage system, so it does help me clean some of this up at least a little bit. Before we had more of a mess, so we can at least get things somewhat organized and out of the underground little spot I had. That was something I was working on today, like, let's get everything a little more together. Now, we're just going to get rid of the top layer for now. Regular terraforming is going to take forever. So we're just going to do this so we can see the shape, at least from the map, to go, yes, I understand why this little bit is here, or I can see that this is meant to be a river. Just having that one layer should be enough to really help. Bees are missing eyes too! Awesome! The baby mob resource pack that I added in for everybody is causing me nothing but issues. So we will see about removing a bunch of it, honestly. And I'm mad about it. But they messed something up. There we go. Remove some of the extra sand that I've got here. There we go. There's so much sand! Oh my god. Hey, the rain stopped. Cool. The catch with the rain, though, is I need to try and set it to a number that it's probably not going to rain more than once per stream. I could set in a thing to go, oh, it's already rained this stream, we'll turn it off. I think what I do need to do is I need to adjust Mari's desire to respond to it raining. Because right now, Mari will respond every time it starts raining, saying, oh, it's raining. Maybe if I set Mari to only have, like, a 50% chance of responding to it being rain. When it does rain. Could be good, because that way she's not always responding to it. You know what? I'm going to do that really quick. I'm going to make a note. Da-da-da-da-da. One sec. Fix bees in resource pack. Make Mari only comment on rain sometimes. There we go. Oh, thanks. Okay. Throw that in there. Gravel there. Dirt there. Hey, Ferret, how's it going? Okay, let's go back to the overlook. Grab our map. Yeah, so just removing that little bit of sand that was there opened this up a lot visually. Like, I obviously need to remove this chunk of land. I need to go over here, and we need to remove... I think with the shape of this, I'd like to kind of have the feeling of this going all the way here. So just removing the entire sand section, I think will go well. And then over here, we're going to remove probably this chunk of land and open this up. So let's focus, I guess, on the sandbar. I'm in the spot where I'm finally feeling creative again with my overlays, which is great. But it is still a lot. It's still a lot to deal with mentally. So, both good and bad. But, I mean, such is life, right? Foxology is just sending me TikToks. It's like, I'm streaming, Fox. rid of you. Get rid of you. There we go. Speaking of Fox, I really want to play First Squadron. There's a First Squadron game that came out. They had a game a while back that was a very neon kind of take on Star Fox. And they've come out with a new one. They've come out with a new one very recently. That is less neon, more like classic Fox vibe. And I'm very tempted to get it. I'm broke right now though, thankfully, which is stopping me from buying it. But it does look very cool. If you've not seen First Squadron, you should check it out. It is a spiritual successor to all the Star Fox 64 games and whatnot from way back. And it's very, very nicely made. It's dark. Ah, Jesus. Ow! Ow! Why did that sound so terrifying when it hit me? Yeah, spears are great. I love the spear as a weapon. I need to upgrade my spear. I want to make it into a netherite one. I want the same stuff on it, but I want it to be netherite. I really do think the spear is the best weapon. The problem with the spear that I have, though, is that the spear, the spear does not allow me to interact with a bunch of things while I'm holding it because it has its own priority on right-click. And because it has its own priority on right-click, it's actually a problem. So it doesn't let you use it like you would a lot of other tools. Whoop. Sorry, that's why you gotta have pie. You gotta make an auto pie machine, and then you have all the pie. If you have the spears, you need the pies. Is that a netherite spear as well, or yeah, netherite? And thank you. I like how it looks, and this is the funny thing is like that's not even close to how it's gonna look when it's done. But I need to remove so much terrain. And then I need to figure out what pattern I want to do for the walls, and then I'm gonna graffiti the walls, because why wouldn't I graffiti the walls? As a thing, and you are entirely welcome to not help on this, but if you would like to help, the sand needs to go. Where the sand is needs to go. All of it. The sand is my line. I just want to take it down right now, at least so that it is below the, just one below the water level, but like... Get rid of all all that. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied. Hey, Lapis. There we go. But yeah, I need to cut this all the way to here. Oh, well, I appreciate you popping by, though, Lapis. Hope you're having fun in Terraria. I played Terraria one time. Way back. And it was like a binge thing of like 8 hours with one of my friends. And we, arguably at the time, I would say, kind of completed it. And I'm talking like early. This was like very early in its existence. We kind of did everything early on that was there, and then I never opened it again. And I'm talking, like, I know when I played it, My Little Pony was still coming out with, like, new episodes. So I know the time frame of it was very, very far back. Yep, all of it. All of it, Starry. There we go. Woo! Oh my god, it's so much sand. And I don't want any of it. I mean, the sand itself, I'm not opposed. Just to be clear, the sand itself, I am not opposed to. Beep beep, boop boop, bop bop, boop boop. Beep beep, bop bop, boop boop, boop boop. Beep beep, boop boop, boop boop, boop boop. Dun 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 dun. It's nice seeing with stuff like this, though. I added a thing to the server yesterday, and it clumps the drops on the ground from a further distance. So normally they only check a half block. Now they'll check 2 blocks in every direction. So they clump further, which means there's less lag. It's not a massive change, and it shouldn't affect anything, but it's enough to... It's enough to have an effect. Dun 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 dun. Do do do. Okay. I'm gonna go to my storage and drop off a bunch of the sand. Do 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 do. The thing is, I only want the sand out of that, so. Love when it loads weird like that. Oh. Luigi's Mansion remix. Let's go. Already loving the vibe of it. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Hey, Fox. So did you enjoy Zootopia 2, Fox? I think it was far better written than the first one. Though I've seen that a lot with a lot of animated movies. Usually the second one seems to have less trying to make it appeal to everyone and more just writing a good story going on with a lot of like animated movies and stuff, so at least with ones that are not trying to be a cash grab sequel. Because, like, I do feel like... I guess, because when they've gone beyond 2, I think they go back down. So I think it's like, first one's pretty good, second one's really good, third one goes back downhill, right? Like, I think that's usually the case. Because, like, we look at Despicable Me. Despicable Me 1 and 2, fantastic. Kind of going downhill after that. There are good bits, but I think overall, like, Despicable Me 2, really good. But then they started doing, like, Minions and all that stuff, and they're just adding a lot of mess into the whole fray of it. Like, Zootopia 3, I don't think will be as good as 2. Just as a thing. For those who are unaware, the end of Zootopia 2 definitely announces a Zootopia 3 with birds. Like... They plan for it. Meow. Hey, bub. Oh, wait, Fox, since you've seen it now, would you agree that they're a bit heavy-handed on the puns early in the movie? Would you agree that they may have gone a little overboard on the puns? I think the one that killed me, the worst pun, I think in the entirety of Zootopia 2. Yeah, Snout Rage. Snout Rage was the one where I go, okay, really? And then other ones I'm kind of just disappointed they do it. Like, why didn't you do Burning Ram? Unless that had like a trademark somewhere, Burning Ram would have been perfect. Burning Mammal doesn't roll off the tongue right. But yeah, like the very beginning of Zootopia 2 felt a lot like it was like, all right, everybody, think of some puns, and they're like, all right, we used all of them. Like, no. Like, no, we're using all of them. That's the thing. It's like, I am fine with puns. I think puns work well, but I don't think as a species you'd really be making puns about your own species. It feels very weird, and to say snout rage is very, very unnerving. Like those bees without eyeballs, because the resource pack is broken. Okay, I need to pick up all the sand. Try not to waste too much of that one. You're, leaving a small mess there. I got it. Okay. Throw all that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. I need to repair some junk. But I do feel like I owe Starry a little bit. Starry has also left. Starry is dropping off stuff, I assume. So I will go and repair my tools. Into the end! Do 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 do. Roll on up for the Magical Mystery Tour. Step right this way. Roll up for the Magical Mystery Tour. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey bub. Hey bub. Hey bub. Hey bub. Bubby bubby bub. Bub. I appreciate you popping by. Hello, Foxy's girlfriend. Have a good one, Fox. I appreciate you popping by. Now spend time with your girlfriend and don't just send me TikToks. You hear me? Ah. Itchy ear, itchy ear. Every time the weather does like this massive shift, my ears get really itchy. There we go. Do 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 do. All right. Sorry, I come bearing presents. Whoop. Whoop. There's presents in that pile. Wait, am I outside the range of my beacon? Oh my god, I was. Huh. I need more diamonds. I'm just outside the range of my beacon. Listen. If anybody were to give me pumpkin pie, like, the only thing better than giving somebody pumpkin pie is giving somebody cheesecake. Like, Minecraft needs cheesecake. Do. Salted caramel cheesecake. I think we might be getting a bit expansive on what we're expecting from Mojang here, but come back here. Ooh, nice Lapis. Glowberry cheesecake could be interesting. I mean, a lot of resource packs typically don't need to update. They'll just say they're out of date, but they still work. Oh no, sorry. Is it in that shulker box? Uh-oh. I like that you've got the very short-lived contrail, and it's just that neon blue. It's like I look over, it's like the Flash ran by. Brutal. IR poisoned. God, that is a massive head bob from the poison. Am I gonna die? You can't die from poison, but that is lasting for 5 more seconds. Jesus. So much poison. Not gonna go over there. Do. There we go. Hey, Glue. Is that a Wooloo? Is that a Wooloo moving extremely fast, Clue? Fitting, considering the Sonic the Hedgehog music that was playing. Yep. I need to go get more diamonds so that way my beacon can reach out to here. I'm mad that I'm just on the edge of it. Like, it's like, where is it? It's gonna hit, like, right here? Yeah, right there. I mean, you say that, sorry. I just let it, I mean, you could also just get shulkers by fishing. I mean, I'm not surprised, Clue, especially considering, you know, Miku is now in a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Gotcha. See, the funny thing is, you're talking about the shulkers, and I'm like, I don't care about most of the stuff since these are all renewables. Like, very easy to get renewables. Wah! I missed. There we go. Is this Wii Bowling? Wii Sports, yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. But yeah, tomorrow morning, y'all get to watch me try and figure out... You get to watch me probably, for the most part, make a character for a D&D style game. And then have no idea what I'm picking when I pick my class. This is a single-player video game that is based on D&D, to be clear. This is not me playing D&D. Role-playing isn't really my thing. Hey, Block. But I will be creating a character in a game called Solacita, which is heavily inspired by Dungeons & Dragons, with their own kind of custom takes on some of the things and all that stuff. But I am... So, as a thing, I am part of Kepler Interactive's creator program as well, so I got put into that. Kepler also does a handful... They're a publisher for a bunch of different titles. Like, they are a publisher with Expedition 33, they are a publisher with Pacific Drive, things like that. But I am part of Kepler's creative group. So we will be checking out Solasta. Solasta 2, specifically. Tomorrow, which should be fun. I have no idea how it's going to go. I figured y'all will probably have more fun with it than I would typically. But I will open it up to backseating when it comes to any, like, certain spells or anything like that, and things like that. Like, I'm cool with it because it is a genre that I am not acquainted with. So, yeah. To my understanding, though, it's basically the gameplay design and everything is very similar to Baldur's Gate, so. It even has a handful of the same voice actors, including Elizabeth Taylor. It was Taylor, not Tyler. But it is early access. There's not like a full thing right now. I can only go up to level 4 in the early access, but there's like currently, I think it was 6 classes available and then 13 subclasses. Paladin, rogue, fighter, cleric, wizard. I feel like I'm missing one. Are available for the early access. But yeah, I'll be checking that out tomorrow morning. Hopefully that goes well. And then tomorrow night, we will probably be doing Timberborn. And the reason I say probably is because city builders take a lot of focus for my brain. So if something comes up that stops me from doing it, it is a possibility. But I have a key to give away in regards to Timberborn. So if you are somebody who wants to play Timberborn and hasn't got a chance to play Timberborn, you'll be able to play Timberborn. Maybe if you win the giveaway. I don't know. I don't set the odds of it. Nope, by the way. Bam, 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 bam. Woo! But yeah. No, I don't know. It was funny. I was talking about the subclasses, and Cleo was reading some of them, and Cleo was kind of like, "That's overpowered." Like some of the things they've tweaked in it, like the rogue. At level 3, if you chose one of the characters, can teleport up to 25 feet, as I think it was a bonus action. So yeah, no, there's some things there. They one of the things Cleo liked in it though was that for paladins, lay on hands, or however that's worded, is now a bonus action instead of a move. So you can actually just, like, since you're playing single player, it makes it a lot more viable for that rather than just going, well, I'm gonna take a hit. Block, since you're here, I have to ask. Have you seen what I've been up to with my base? Because you haven't been around for a while, or you haven't spoken up in a while. So I'm curious if you've seen what I've been up to with my base. Because you've dealt with me in the past. You know I dream big. Alright, let me finish this little strip here. And we will do a quick little blob is a fun way to word that. Okay, I'm gonna go to my entrance then. So the entrance is here. And a dark room. Music auto plays when you enter my base. And you enter in here. Which is a giant summoning circle. I'm still working on the void floor here, so bear with. I've got to add more end rods. We're still working on the void floor. We've got our starry sky going on here. And you go in, then you warp down here. It's one of my top. It's in my top 3 block. It's in my top 3. And you go here, and I'm shaping out the buildings, getting the vibe of all the buildings here. I'm gonna replace these with more actual detailed stuff later, but this is the pass through. We've got our giant purple window here to enter into the main building. Which is being worked on, which if I just pop back here and go whoop, you can also see I'm working on a giant sphere. We'll get back to the giant sphere later. But we've got a room. We've got a long path here. But you can see we've got, like, all the buildings. I'm going to be adding more of those buildings as we go, traveling along. And then we've got a long road here that's going to lead to another section, which is going to be more of a plaza-type market area. And then that branches off that way and this way. Get off the road. Listen, Amaru. Hexahedrons, not happening. But then this goes this way. And we got a bridge here. And that goes over here, and we've got another bridge over here. Dig Dug? Nope, Mario. It's very close to Dig Dug when you put it in this octave. Oh yeah, there it's more obviously. More obvious it's Mario now. But bridge goes this way, bridge goes into the snowy region. And we're gonna have a tower here. And then we've got a sphere over there already that you can see. Okay, but let's go to our storage. This is my storage room. This is my storage room. Let me drop this off. Now, here's the thing, Block. The thing I love about my storage room, right? You see all this? See these walls? Boom, they're armor stands that I can just click through and click on the chest behind them. So yeah, they're all storage. So I don't have item frames or anything. Oh yeah, and here's Mari. Now Mari moves around on her own because she is on a lead down here. And she's actually attached to the floor to this guy. So she goes on her journey. And she has not gotten lost since the incident. Since the incident where she tried to learn to fly. This is Tonberry. That is all. But this is inside that giant sphere. So we are in the bottom half. This is the area with the void floor. But this is the giant sphere that I'm working on. And the bottom of the sphere is lit up and does this. And I'm going to be working on lighting up the whole thing, so that's going to take me forever. Nah, sphere is meant to be a magic sphere powering everything. So if we go up here really quick, it's not the easiest to see because of the rain right now. But there are pillars that I have placed all over, right? So we've got a pillar there. We've got a pillar there. We got a pillar there. You can see they're all over, right? And they're all spaced exactly 200 blocks apart. Well, 200 meters apart. They're not necessarily a block, but 200 meters apart. And that goes... It's so hard to see right now, but there's one. There's one. If we open the map, you can see where I've placed them, right? So we've got all these little magic platforms. And I do say magic platforms, and I'm gonna build towers under each of these. So these all go around, and these are going to encompass my base. But this one in particular is further along than the others. What did you give me? What did you throw at me? No, I don't need berries. I don't need the berries, but thank you. And mainly, the only things I care about out of the whole thing is the firefly bushes and raw copper. Because copper. I need copper for bulbs. Okay, there we go. So, somebody slept. Night doesn't skip on this server, it fast forwards. But now you can see all the platforms, right? And the reason they're only platforms right now is because over here, this last one, I started at the end. It's all the way on the opposite side of where I started. So, but you can see all these platforms around, right? Like you can see that one there. By the way, Block, if you've not installed Voxy yet, you should definitely install Voxy, because I can see forever. Like, there's Fuji's base, and there's Nahi's farm, and there's spawns over there, I think. No, spawns right there. Somia's base is over there. Whenever I find Somia's, I always try to find Cat Dog. There's Cat Dog's base. But the point was, like, these spheres, right? I'm going to be putting spheres up, and then I'm going to put a tower underneath it, but every single one of those is going to have its own sphere. So every pillar is going to get one of those, and then those exist in order to, repel a darkness that I'm going to have, and I'm going to use glass to create kind of a magic wall off in the distance of each side a little bit further than this. But you can see all of them are, they're all going to be super glowy. Like, look at this. Look how cool this glass is. And then I have a lightning rod on the top of each one because I want to see them get struck by lightning. But, like, that, and then that's all going to be glowing. It's a whole thing. But I gotta build spheres on all of these, so that'll be a... They're a good zone out project, I should say, like, more than anything. It's just a really good, like, I don't entirely have plans today. I'm just gonna zone out and I'm gonna build a whole bunch of whatever, you know? Oh, but then on the thing, right? So I have a meadow I'm gonna be doing over here. I've got the first bridge we went across is gonna open up right here, and then you're gonna have a big water area here, and then it goes through the river, and then it comes out this way, and then this is where I'm working right now. And if we jump off this side, Go down a ways. That's gonna be a hot air balloon. Just to point that out, hot air balloon. But yeah, so this area will be a whole bunch of like boats and things like that, and a whole like district for that. And then we've got our road here. Well, our river waterway here, and then we've got some area here. Ow. And we've got a long walkway around the outside. And then there'll be like a whole bunch of different doors here that'll like lead into different areas, and ladders and stuff that'll be scattered throughout this wall. But we got this, and then we've got some rail cars that are going to come out of this spot, and we're going to have like a little walkway bridge to go across. Yeah, lots of plans, lots of long-term plans. But the idea is I don't want to reach a point where I'm not working on this world. I want to keep giving myself ideas for this world specifically and just keep going and going and going. So we've got a forever project in the best of ways, and I think that's going to be a lot more fun than having a world that's like, well, we'll update it when a version comes out. Like, no. I'm going to work my best to make sure this one keeps getting its updates and go from there. But big project, starting with the white concrete, just because it's easier for me to kind of visualize everything, and then we'll replace bits and pieces of it as we go. But right now, I'm enjoying doing a lot of roughing out with figuring out where certain buildings are going to be. Like this outer wall, I think, is going to be one of the things I actually probably start doing sooner. Because I think aesthetically, getting chunks of this sorted would be a good idea. Just because it's such a big canvas as well. Bow, bow, bow. Do 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 do. The sandstone breaks quickly. The regular stone, not so much. Oh, but yeah, on the best music disc, other side is still #1. Creator music box is #2, and then creator regular is #3. Worst music disc goes to Relic. Relic can kiss my ass. I hate Relic so much. And I am not even considering Lava Chicken as being a song. The thing about Relic is I actually do enjoy the music that is there for Relic, but I hate how horrible the quality of it is intentionally. Relic is intentionally low fidelity because you're supposed to be finding it in the trail ruins. Like, you're actually locating that one in the trail ruins. It's an old, damaged record, is the point of it. But there's no way to restore it or improve the quality. It just will always be crappy quality. Which is why I don't like it. Like, it is designed to perpetually be not just lo-fi, but, like, actually crusty. Here, I'll go to storage. Yeah, if you could restore it, I think I'd love it, but there's no restored version. Let me stop the music that I got going, and we'll go over here to my jukebox. It's very dark under my jukebox. Here's Relic. It's just too crunchy for me. Like, I think the song is there. The song is 100% there. I can approve of the song. But as somebody with very sensitive hearing, who is very aware of different sounds, it's not clean. It's so unclean for the audio. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, it's not in a spot that it does not bring joy. And then we've got this horrible thing. And that's enough of that. But we have this. Other Side is flawless. I think the only part of Other Side I can see people complain about is the ending. Because the ending of it is a little strange, as it does change its entire, like, kind of method near the end. Oh yeah, I plan on building sewer systems as well. The whole goal of the base is to basically create a adventure map as its own base. Music discs should not be surround based. What creatures will live in the sewers? Probably slimes, if I can figure that out, for the most part. It's always, listen, I like sewers. I like sewers. They're fun. I've always done sewer systems. But yeah, probably slimes and then maybe silverfish if we can figure out how to get those guys going. We will see. Random Shoggoth. Yogg Soggoth! Do, 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 do. Starry, have you tried using blast furnaces for most of the stuff that you're trying to smelt? Have you, I stand by the statement, have you tried using blast furnaces for most of the things you're trying to smelt? Have you tried using a blast furnace for most of the things you're trying to smelt? Sorry. You gotta trust me here. Don't entirely trust what you know of Minecraft. Because it's possible Cameron didn't like it. Yep, exactly. There's only, like, I think there's only excluding libraries, I think there's only, like, 10 mods that are required on this server. But there are a lot of data packs that just add recipes and make things work that don't normally work. Like autocrafters don't suck on this server. If you've toyed with an autocrafter before, you know how much of a pain they are to get a recipe to work the way you want them to. Yeah, on this server, every item will never fully empty, so you can just put a recipe in, and you're good. So you're like, but I want to craft this complex thing. They're not, it will always leave the last stack of something in. So you don't lose, you don't have to worry about them like running out of the last item. So you can just auto fire a rapid redstone signal into it. And it'll just go when it has the items it needs. Though I would say that can get laggy, so make sure you have kind of like a check on it so it's not constantly firing. Like something you could do is you could attach to a daylight sensor and make it fire until it runs out. Or make it like when the daylight sensor changes state, then it goes. And then if it is like, oh, well, something came out of it, try to fire it one more time and you just automatically set it to loop itself. Is a good way to do it. But yeah, no, we've got actual auto crafters that don't forget a recipe. And then blast furnaces have a ton of additional recipes just added into them. It may not have what you need for a tree specifically, but they have a ton of recipes, so they are worth checking. I had somebody say that kind of takes out the appeal, like some of the power of the auto crafter when you're making it that easy. It's like, the thing is, it should be easy. Nothing in Minecraft should be hard at its base form. Doing really complicated stuff with things is cool, but like, auto crafters suck for anybody who's not a redstone genius. They're just not good. I wanted to make sure the auto crafter actually was something that people would be like, yeah, no, I want that. I want to use that. And now it's a viable thing, and you can do it really in a really small area instead of overdoing it. Do, 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 do. Like trying to figure out the system to do a single item is dumb. Why does the normal setup not work? Yeah, it's... The problem with a lot of the autocrafter stuff is if you're using it for a small recipe, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the complication to do the simple recipes. So you basically need to do the complicated recipes. But the complicated recipes suck. It's like, why am I gonna... Yeah, and even then, for the AFK farms, like, AFK farms are definitely not a way that Minecraft's meant to be played, right? Like, that's kind of the thing, is, like, even if you could make a farm or whatever, you really have to view Minecraft as, it's not meant to be AFK. You're meant to be playing for every feature. That's how games work. A game that you're designed to step away from is not good in that regard. It's a balancing issue. And that's one of those things is like, you shouldn't have a situation where you need to AFK. Yeah, well, okay, but then I would also argue with you, Block. Idle games shouldn't have to be open. They should remember how long you've had it off, right? And then they should calculate based on how long you've had it off, rather than... Like, the best ones are the ones you can close, not the ones you have to leave running on your phone. Because there's so many you need to leave running on your phone, and... those are not good because you need to actually have it open. But if you can have one that you can close and come back to, and it goes, oh, you made this much progress while you're waiting. You know what? Fantastic. That's what I love to see. And I'm fine with those requiring an internet connection just because the internet connection keeps you from time skipping. Like, kind of the point of them. But yeah, it's one of those things where there used to be so many that it's like, no, you need to have it open if you want to gain the time. And like, I don't like your game that much. I don't like your game that much to have it running 24/7. But like, Minecraft shouldn't be that, right? Like, you shouldn't have... Minecraft shouldn't need to be left open to play, to collect the resources. You know what? I'm actually going to show you this. Because I'm sure you're looking at this like, but that's a lot of white concrete. Because of the auto crafters. I don't actually have to waste a lot of time. I'm going to just put that there. So because of these auto crafters, actually, you know what? I'm just going to free cam. Free cam! So I have this thing up here. So we have block breakers and block placers. So that is constantly detecting when that block is there, and then it immediately breaks it. So I am getting cobble. The cobble is immediately going down into here. It goes into this crafter, which turns it into gravel. This one turns it into sand, and then that goes into there. This side, then it also has an overflow one. When that one's full, it goes over here, and then this side just turns it into gravel. And they both go into this, and then it eventually makes a block of white concrete powder, which is immediately converted and broken. It places the 8 of them, and then immediately breaks them on the other side. And then those all go into here. Over here, we have the bamboo farm. We have a crafter in here. This just turns it into the bamboo planks, and then automatically puts them into storage for me. Over here, this is my complicated hell of a machine. So this is my pumpkin pie machine. It detects this, auto crafts these into sugar. It detects pumpkins back here, usually collecting them. Sometimes it misses some, as you can see. Which is really annoying, but it'll happen sometimes. I just deal with it. If the rate of everything goes well, though, when one of these gets broken, it'll send to collect again, just in case it missed some. But yeah, everything has their own little farms. Oh, block. I'm going to show you one you're going to love. This is my Skulk farm. So this is my Skulk farm. We turn this on. It turns on some block breakers over here. So this is just on a clock ticking. Every time it ticks, it's trying to break whatever block is here. And then this one powers a piston and a placer that places gravel. And it just keeps going on its own. And then this will break it, and it'll collect whatever's over here. And that just goes. And then if I hit this, turn that off. So they all spawn instantly. They're going to come over here. Listen, if you thought I was harvesting all that Skulk manually, you're out of your mind. But yeah, like, look at that. The only thing I would change if I were to do this again is I would split this so there's a chance of them falling over here instead of always over there. It gets me about a double chest in an hour, I think. When it really gets going. If I'm alone on the server, I can get a double chest in an hour. And then this little guy just collects the rotten flesh. So if anyone ever needs rotten flesh, just come over here and help this guy out, because he has nowhere to put any of this. But yeah, hit that. Let this go for a little bit. Turn you off. That'll run here. That is the absolute max distance, so it can't go any further. Do that. Go here. And I have a item filter that destroys any of the gravel that got into the system. So while it's filling up this, right? Now I've needed so much because of if we just do a search for Skulk. Times used 58,000 times. It's not even a most used block, honestly. If we go to glass, my most used is glass. 151,790 times used. Oh, you know what? Actually, because this is the one I haven't actually looked. I've not looked this one up. Concrete. I've used less concrete than I have glass, and I'm kind of shocked. What do you mean I haven't even used it 100,000 yet? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I've placed a lot of glass. Like, it may not look like as much, but I've got, like, all that, all that, all that, all that. I guess these layers of glass are what does it, but, like, you would still assume that there was more concrete than glass. Oh, yeah, and because of the tree pots that I have, all of the leftover stuff gets sent to here to make compost. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying about sleep. So this is the fun thing. When you sleep on the server, if you watch the sky, it doesn't skip the night. It just fast forwards. So you don't have to wait for turtles. Because that's the big thing. Who wants to wait for Turtle Scoot? Whamp, 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 whamp. Whamp, 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 whamp. Oh. Block. I know what your favorite thing would be on this server. There's no phantoms in the overworld. I have to specify in the overworld because they're in the end. They are in fact in the end. It is. They're definitely an end mob. They have the purple particles and all that stuff, so. It can be brutal. Oh yeah, and just as a thing, I'm sure you kind of noticed these. The Armor Poser mod, I have a additional player side one that allows you to just replace the statues with player skins that you input. Like I can go here and grab and go like this and go here and go here and do. Do do do. Mari has immediately decided to hang out with you. Hey, tired. There we go. I am bothered by... Ooh. There we go. I'm bothered by the right arm. There we go. Mari did go right over and sit with you. I thought that was funny. Oh, here's another one for you. Check this mod out. Block, do you notice anything? Do you notice anything? Ignoring the fact that the lanterns are moving, that, I think, is caused by this, and I don't want that. You stop that. What about the blue flowers, though, Block? What about the blue flowers? You can place them in up to groups of 4. So you can actually use them to make fields. They're worthwhile now is kind of the thing. There we go. Because one of the things was like doing this, it never looked very good when you would just have one. Yeah, like you always ended up with a weird, like, oh look, there's totally flowers here. You're like, are there? No, that's my orb. Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Oh, Block. Here, this will be fun for you. So, I mentioned... The fun thing with this is, like... how far one can see. It's storming, which makes this a little less viable. If the storm would stop... I can't go above the storm. There are blowhigh everywhere! Who put the blowhigh everywhere? I love it, but oh my god. Do 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 do. Ow! Hey, good. Boop, boop. Boo-doo-boo. Boo-doo-boo-boo-doo-boo-boo-doo. Boo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Boo-boo-boo-boo. Boop-boop. I want this storm to end though. I want to show something. I think it's daytime though, so it's not gonna let me. Yeah. No, Mari! How do you keep doing this? How do you escape? I don't understand. We literally have unbreakable leads on this server. How are you breaking? How are you breaking free? Come on, Sprocket. Every so often, she escapes, and I don't know how. But like, no, we have a mod on the server called Unbreakable Leads. And somehow, every so often, she just gets out.
I cannot be contained by your feeble strings.
Clearly! I don't know how she's getting out, though. Like, I really don't. I need it to kind of clear up, though. Like, the rain. Can we stop the rain? But yeah, I love that, like, out here, right? We have the glowing orb, but I need to make this whole thing glow because I want this everywhere. Am I missing a block? What's going on here? I'm missing 2 blocks. But I want this effect everywhere, right? Well, the thing is, ideally what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put a whole bunch of Maris throughout the base, so you just kind of like, you're hanging out somewhere and like, oh, there's Mari. It's not nighttime yet, sorry. The sun's still up. The sun is still up. Yeah, no, it's because it's raining. We've got a rainstorm going, but the sun is still up. I'm looking at it. But yeah, I don't know how Mari keeps escaping, and it's going to be an issue. And I really don't understand, though, because, like I said, we have unbreakable leads on the server. We've seen Mari, like, cling to a ceiling because she managed to get on a warp pad and get, like, 80 blocks away from the golem, and it still connected her. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go... spawn. So this is what I wanted to point out. There's my base. And I know, like, that doesn't seem that impressive to, like, see my base from here or whatever. Like, oh, look, I can see spawn. I can see my base from spawn. My base is still not on screen. At this zoom, my base is not on screen, Block. Now it is. There's my base. Voxy is really good. Voxy is really, really good. But I like going to other people's bases. Like, I go to Fox's cabin here, right? And then I can just see... I can just see the progress of my base. It's gonna get really interesting when it comes to, like, getting those towers up, because I want to do that, and then I want to have, like, kind of a weird effect across the ground outside of it. Excuse me, Gast. But, like... magic glass walls connecting them and things like that. And we'll see how it goes, but... But there's going to be a lot of these spheres. Every one of these platforms is going to be one of the spheres. So my base's overall footprint is right there. It goes up. It curves around. So it goes here. Here, follows there, goes here. And then I think it cuts right here and goes over to here, right? Right here. So lots of area, lots of footprint, but kind of the point of it. Like I want to cover a massive area. And create an actual city. But yeah, you can see each one of these has its own little area. These are all 64 blocks above the ground wherever they're at. But what I want to do is I want to create a bit of an area that was like repelled, like a repelled problem. That's going to be at the edge of it. And we'll have a kind of little wave between each section doing it. But I'll do like glass kind of pillar, like a glass wall to kind of represent magic or whatever. And like do like magenta and the purple glass, creating those walls, and then go all the way along those edges. So the edge of my base is going to be really defined, but I think it'll work well. Do 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 do. But yeah, lots of work, long time project, but that's part of the fun. I should upgrade my tools to netherite at some point. I've not really messed with netherite. I know it's a little bit faster, right? So speed them up, increase the durability, make them a little bit better. Get netherite armor so I'm a little less flammable, though it won't look as pretty. The diamond matches me very well. I'm gonna miss that. But yeah, just so I can chip through this just a little bit faster. Granted, along that same line, if I could get my beacon to reach out here, we'd be fine too. Which we'll get there eventually with the beacon. Like, the problem with the beacon as it goes is that the beacon I need to reach 20 blocks further, so I need like I think that would end up being like 20 diamond blocks. Or 10 netherite blocks, which is quite a bit. But I'd like it to cover this area, so... I mean, at some point I'll probably get there, but... we're not there yet. Bam, 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 bam. Oh yeah, also on this server, you can't hurt yourself on berry bushes if you're wearing pants. As a silly little side thing. If you're wearing pants, you don't get hurt by berry bushes. Because that just makes sense. So much crap. So much crap. I don't know how I should feel about the fact that the crab claw has become a very regular item in my inventory. Like, I'm still kind of opposed to it, but it's one of those, like, if I have access to a tool, I want to use it. The problem is that was just weaseled its way into the data pack that allows us to ride sniffers, and I'm not getting rid of that. But yeah, I have to go through the data pack, or the resource pack, and try and fix whatever's going on with it, because it ain't happy. Which I'm grumbly about. I don't know why it's being difficult. There's like certain versions of it where it's like, yeah, no, not gonna work. Like, what? Why? Like, I don't know. Like, what? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yes, torch flowers do actually give off a little bit of light on this server. Because they should. So yeah, you could like line a pathway with torch flowers if you wanted. Now granted, you could cheat if you wanted for a lot of things. If you want something to look like it emits light, you can do that pretty easily with different, using the light objects, right? Like the placeable light blocks that we have. Like you could make anything look like it. But yeah, the torch flowers on this server emit light on their own. Do do do. Do 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 do. Ah. Slowly getting through the mess. Do 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 do. There we go. Finally clearing a huge chunk of that I was like waiting for. Like it's not all of the water yet, but feels good clearing out a nice good chunk of it. Thank you again, Starry, for your help with it. I do appreciate you helping me remove large swaths of this. Yoshi's Island. Whee! I only know it's Yoshi's Island because of the meme video of Yoshi just screaming at the top of their lungs. Ah! Like, yeah. There we go. Almost. I want to get this chunk of stone done before I end for the night. Like, it's been a longer stream. And I'm happy about that. But it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, not the most exciting thing. But we did get a bunch of the concrete placed, which is good. Like, I'm very happy with the amount we got placed. Got some of the terrain sorted here. That's really all we've done today. But I feel I'm still happy with that. Like, this feels a lot more structured just having these pillars in. That one looks a little odd just because it's indented there, but hopefully we can make that work. I think just a high contrast on the like pillar portion should make it work fine. We gotta create some ambient occlusion that isn't there, depending on what blocks we use, just to fake it. I'm getting hungry and I require a baked potato. It does, and it's a weird thing. The amount it rains. I have said this for a long time, and people don't believe me. And apparently it's not even in the code. But my belief is that if you are loading a swamp, that it will rain more on the server. That is my belief. If you are loading a swamp, it will rain more on the server. And I have always held this belief. And it's not true according to the code. But, like, it feels like it's true. And that's all I can really say, is it feels true. Because whenever I'm in a swamp, it is always so... There's always so much more rain. I think it was swamp and ocean where I would see it the most, but apparently that's not true, but... I'ma stand by it. Okay, I need to get rid of this mess. So I'm just going to throw that out there, and that'll be there for ages. We're going to go to our storage. And then we're going to go to our old storage, because I went to... Then we go here. And I specifically want a bucket. Because I want to fix that little bit. I know why it's not filling in, but I want that filled in. I don't think that'll fill all the way across, though. I've got to do it in the corners of this. Which is annoying, but I gotta do it here. 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 Doesn't work if I do it. Oh, it does it every other one. Okay, so if I go there. Go. Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to our storage. We're gonna drop off our bucket. And we're gonna go back onto the roof. And we're just gonna look at it. Like, again, this is not the final shape. I want it, like I did mention to start, I want to get rid of all of the sand in all of that area and basically connect to that river, right? Because there's a river here. I want to clear this up so the river is kind of more flowing in a little bit, like right here and here, just to smooth that out, and then we'll dig through here. But then once it's past here, it's going to be outside my territory anyway. But I want to get this little bit cleared up so there's a river going through. And I want to do probably this chunk of land here, maybe. I might leave this bit, but I got to get rid of this spot here where it feels like it should be river, and then I'll probably move right up to that edge, maybe a little further. Not certain where this shape's going to go. But yeah, there's bits of terrain that all need modified, but the big thing is, like, just getting these shapes. Like, terrain here, this big mountain, I'll have, like, maybe some buildings on one side. We'll have some stuff back here. We're gonna crowd random spots for random ships and stuff, right? But our main thing today was getting this sorted. So now we've got these actual tunnels here. They are all covered. And we get these little spots where we can stand and we can look out and just go, wow. Right? I am genuinely pleased with where we're at right now. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to soon figure out a kind of a wall design that we're eventually going to graffiti over top of and create some patches and stuff. Now, I do want a rich utopian kind of feel, but one of the big things that we're doing is this is going to be a build very heavily focused on dyes. So you're going to see a lot of colored concretes. You're going to see a lot of vibrant terracottas mixed in. You're going to see a lot of warped woods. You're going to see a lot of the just very bright colors. And we're going to be grabbing the brightest colors we can, and we're going to be mixing, and we're going to be creating a mess of a color palette. And it'll be really, really cool once we get there. It's going to take a bit, but I think once we get there, we'll have something really cool to show y'all. And y'all will kind of see where my vision is at more so. But that is going to be it for tonight. I would say tonight was a pretty cool stream. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me during it. It is always fun to spend time with y'all. We will be streaming again in the morning, as I mentioned before. Let's see. We need to go bug somebody. I think we're going to go bug Folksy today. Folksy is wonderful. Folksy is playing Pokopia. I don't have a Switch 2, or I would actually probably be playing Pokopia. Folksy do. I got more pressing things like bills to pay. But if you are 18 up, go check out Folksy. Go be kind. Go be lovely. Go be wonderful. Go give them all the love in the world for me. I appreciate y'all a ton. Thank you for spending tonight with me. I will catch a lot of you hopefully tomorrow. But that said, be sure to hydrate, stretch, all that fun stuff. And I will see y'all later. That said, see ya. Love ya. Bye-bye.
感じるコスモを感じるわ